I am mennsa. I post a game every day until I reach 500 elo. I am currently rated 429. Okay, so um well, so what I like to do is put I've got everything wrong here. Okay, well let's just get into something different here. Here comes the queen. We will continue developing and make sure that I can't just lose a piece. And he's got his queen on that. I've got my knight and my queen. So I can take that. And he attacks my knight with his bishop. So I will defend with my bishop so that if he takes it, I can take him back and I don't lose anything because he wants to cause a lot of attacks. So that is attacking the knight another time. So if I was to take that, or do I just even push this pawn up and protect again? Bring it back, then I wreck that pawn structure. I really don't like taking that square away from my knight, though. Okay, so if I take that and he takes back, Alright, it looks like it's fine. I'm gonna take first with the pawn. Okay, so now I can bring this mountie out, and I can also castle. So we will see which thing I should do first. I'm going to actually castle. Got a pawn here that's going to have to be watched. We both have single pawns with no pawns to be able to defend them. He's attacking it twice and I'm defending it twice. And if I was to push the pawn, it would be attacking the knight and it would be defended by my queen, though I need to get my pieces all developed here. I'm gonna get our knight out and I'm gonna actually put it here so that my rooks can take over this file. His knight is coming in, will be attacking that bishop, so it is defended. And is something else attacking it at the moment? No. So, see, this rook on this side can take this file and is right to the king. If I put my bishop over, I do have my bishops in that file blocking. So at the moment, I'm going to bring this rook over here and have that file before it gets taken over. So his knight is still attacking there. Of course, it takes it, and I have to take back. And then my rook is looking at his queen. So I have two centralized pawns now because of that, and my rook is looking at his queen. So I have to see what happens. And he's going to probably move his queen. And obviously, if he doesn't, then I would be taking it. So if I move my bishop there, it's attacking the queen, but it's not defended there. So that's no good. I also have queen and bishop looking all the way up here. So if I did put my bishop up there attacking the queen, he can obviously, well, he can't even attack my bishop at the moment because the queen is in the way. So this square here is no longer to be taken over. Queen can't take anything looking down that way. Looking at this, well, if I was to do it where I don't deal with that, that would be a problem. So I'm liking the idea of that. Just because he can't push a pawn at the moment to attack my bishop, and well, why would he want to? He's got to move his queen. So start looking at the fact that this bishop and my rook are on this pawn right here. And he hasn't castled at the moment. So if he moves his queen, moves it to there. So if I take this with my bishop, let me look. His queen is not looking at anything. Oh, this is not protected, eh? But if I take that, it's check. And I don't see anything that can take it back. So, seeing as how my queen is protecting that, I should possibly consider taking with the queen. What can he put, or the queen, with the rook, I meant. So if I get my rook here, what are some other things that can be done? The king will have to be moved. Wait a minute, if I take that, it's not check. Okay. So if I take it with the bishop, it's check, but not with the rook. Problem with this is I really like having the 7th rank. And that obviously gives that to me. So And my king, well, this pawn gets taken. There's no other pieces at the moment on that. Kind of like having a rook down there. I need to get my other rook in there. All right, so let's do this. Protected by the bishop, which is protected by the queen. So my queen was to come here. No, that bishop is on that square, so that's no good. I could put my queen here, then I could get the other rook over, and that's a lot of force on that file. So, and it's right where everything can come in to rescue of the king. That's the one thing you gotta always watch your king, and I'm very bad sometimes for that. Okay, so he takes that pawn, and he's attacking that's protected. He's attacking that. Okay, so my queen was to come up. Oh, I'm in check as well. Okay, so nothing can move in front except the rook, and I don't want to do that. And if I move here, it's not exactly what I want to do, but I don't want to get trapped. I don't want my king way out in the open either, so we'll have to get over. Hopefully, the way my pieces are positioned at the moment, it can be where there's no problem caused by any kind of his pieces getting in here. His queen. Okay. Now that is a problem because I have to move that bishop, and this rook is going to be undefended. So I'm going to have to, maybe if I put my queen right here, his queen is under attack and undefended. So I would be defending the rook, and if he takes my bishop, I take his queen. And that is not attacked by any square. And his queen, say, takes my knight, say, okay, then what? Because he has to move. This actually attacks his queen, protects my rook. And this is going to be, if he takes my bishop, then I can take back with the queen, or I can also consider, figure out everything. I've got my rook here, which seems awfully dangerous for him. And okay. He takes my knight when he's attacking my rook. And I will want to get my rook over, so he takes my queen. So I take back, and I should be taking with the knight. Oh, I should be taking with the bishop because. Wait. because now he's going to take my rook, isn't he? If I bring this rook over to here, it attacks the queen again. And in a sense, we'll be defending that rook. So I think that's a good way to do that. No, I should have taken the queen maybe, but then I'm dropping. I really don't know if I probably didn't play that very good. That's not the first time. And it won't be the last, I'll tell you that right now. But he's got his rooks undeveloped. Okay, so this is going to be attacking. Well, wait a minute. He's just letting me have his queen now. Back. Okay. Okay, so now I've got my two rooks, and my bishop has some things it can be doing. So sometimes I make messes and then I get lucky. Now this knight, if it comes here, it can eventually take this pawn and it will be putting him in check, and then I will be able to take that. Well, that's just developing his rook. It's not actually winning a piece or anything. So now he is attacking my rook, his bishop, and anything else look in danger. So I would be having to maybe take that pawn. This is safe unless I want to retreat, but I don't like to give up the control of the 7th rank. If I... that knight is a problem. So take that. Have to watch my rook. Could retreat it. I like them to be doubled because it won't be able to get back with that bishop there. So maybe it's okay. I don't really know what to think, so I will take that pawn. So I'm up a pawn, but I mean, I don't really like to go looking for pawns and things when a piece of mine could be put in danger. So if I bring, he wins that, so he's attacking my bishop. If I bring the bishop here, it's putting him in check, and if he takes me, then I take him back. So I think he will probably have to take me. Okay, or if there's something else there with my knight. The bishop is the one that's attacked, though, and I need to put it there and put him in check. So it's showing material is equal. Right, so this rook here is defended by my knight, and he's keeping an eye on the king because the king gets really nervous. So we both got a knight and a bishop and two rooks, and pawns are equal. So He's got a single pawn here and a single pawn here where mine all have pawns with them. So we're obviously going to take the knight back. And he's going to come try and probably attack maybe my knight here and get my 7th rank. So that means I'd like to reposition my knight to protect certain things. I put it someplace. Okay, so I bring this bishop here. It attacks his bishop. So he is going to try and come down and attack my bishop, which he'll be winning pawns. I can win that pawn. So I'd like to get my king into this as well. And so if I go there, we're both going to have the same kind of move. But is there a knight move that I can do that would cause problem with any of that? Like if I go anywhere, I go here, he can come here, no problem. If I go here, still can come there. I don't like that. I don't want him on that rank. Well, the one thing that would stop it is putting my rook up here. And if he comes down and puts me in check, then what? I have to put my rook back. Then put my rook back, and then we exchange rooks, I guess. And so if I can put my rook here anywhere, if I put it here, back up there again, could be considering to do that. I would be very advanced in getting the 7th rank. He would be getting that rook over, but then he has to move if he wants to take that pawn. Put my knight here. It can go. See, there's nowhere I have the knight can go that could actually be protecting that. Would have to go here and go here and bounce like all the way around. Unless I'm missing something. So this rook here is kind of hidden there. So obviously if I go here, if he does something with his rook and I put him in check, he loses this rook. So I'm down to 2 minutes and 45 seconds. So now I really can't take a whole lot of time. So he's moved that rook over. Okay, so my knight comes up. Okay, if my rook gets up to there, that's no good because of that. Bishop. Annoying bishop. Okay, so all right, you have to get something else up in there. I'll get your knight mobilized a little better. Put it here. It will be attacking that, and if I put him in check, then I win that rook. So that's my next thing to think about. Oh, I just noticed something. My rook, I took the defense out of it. And he won by checkmate because I'm stupid. Okay, well, thanks for watching. Bye.